Hey, 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 hey. We are going to talk in this video. Well, actually, this is going to be two videos. So, we are going to talk about when you see queries in your plan cache that have low CPU but a high duration, meaning there's a lot of wall clock time involved, but there's not a lot of CPU time involved. Now, two very, very common causes of that have to deal, well, there's the most common cause is blocking, and let's look at that. There are other causes, of course, but this one is, as far as I know, the most common. So let's get blocky in that window, and let's get blocker in this window, and let's fire that off, and let's fire this off. Now, a lot of times when I'm looking through the plan cache or a monitoring tool or anything like that, there's this big temptation to sort by duration. Like, what ran for a long time? What were you doing running for all that time? Darn you. But the problem is that you do need to figure out figure out if that long duration is associated with other resources being consumed. Because if a query is just sitting there idle, it could be being blocked. It could be waiting on, like, I don't know, other stuff. There's lots of things that it can get in the way of a query executing that have nothing to do with that query itself taking a long time. Now, if we look over here, Blocky executed twice, and we have query plans for it. And if we look at the query plans for these, the query itself took absolutely no time to run. That's going to be the same case for both of these. There's 0 time. We're selecting the top one from some table, and they're not even in order by, and it's all goofy. But if we look down here in the corner, we will see, actually my video head might be in the way, but there's 19 seconds of runtime for that. Now, if we come back over here, Blocker didn't return any query plan because there's really not a lot for it to do. But if we look at SP Blitz Cache, F5 on this old diggity dog, a long time ago I wrote a check in here for just that sort of thing. Now this, like in the last video, this has nothing to do with operator cost. We don't care about that here. We care about this warning. Well, there's a couple warnings in here that are kind of funny. There's long running with low CPU. That's in both of them. And then there's that long compile time warning, which is sort of interesting, and I'll talk about that in a second. But if we don't care about the query plan here either, because the query plan's not going to tell us anything. The query plan's going to be that dead simple select top 1 star from table without even an order by. What we care about are these two columns a little bit further over. Now, on average, these queries used no CPU, but also on average, these queries ran for 9.5 seconds. Not really a good ratio there. What'd you do for the 9.5 seconds? Hung out, did some stuff. Bad sign, right? So we have the warning about long running with low CPU. And what I think is very funny is if we scroll way, way, way over. This is why I have expert mode turned on. For some reason, this query being blocked is added to the compile time. I don't quite understand why. I don't have a full explanation for that. I just think it's funny. Because, like, clearly that query plan did not take 9 seconds to compile. Maybe like gathering stats or something was blocked. I don't know. It's weird. It's just a cute little aside. So sometimes you might see long compile times along with these long running with low CPU warnings, because who knows what crazy crap can happen. It's a plan cache. It's mayhem. It's basically Mad Max with XML. Oh God, that's a terrible thought. And on that note, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we'll look at how stored procedures that have to do work outside of their realm may also hit a similar issue. So we'll look at that in the next video. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you had some fun, and I will see you over in yonder next yonder video or something there. I've never been good at goodbyes. Sorry.